In today's video, we're going to be addressing the overall market once again and what to expect next week. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all some stocks that y'all should be keeping on your watch list for potentially some massive moves. All right, so let's dive right into the charts right off the bat. We got the SPY, and right now, as you can see, the market sold off aggressively on Friday. All right, in Friday's video, I told y'all that I was expecting a sell-off at least in the first 30 minutes of the market. It sold off very, very early and very aggressively right after breaking below this level right here. All right. It kind of sort of looks like a head and shoulders. We got the left shoulder, the head, then the right shoulder, which is made up of a descending triangle right here with the breakdown, right? So I thought it was going to drop and then potentially bounce right here. But at the open, it already got to that line and the market was looking very, very sus. The volume was getting higher and higher and it didn't look like there was any bounce in sight and it flushed right through it. What y'all see right here on the 15 is there is a cluster of bulls right here who got trapped right there. All right, there's a lot of bulls in here hoping for a bounce, hoping for a move higher. And if the market does not open up higher, like much higher, the sell-off is going to continue. All right, so the situation is not looking too good. We got a bull trap on the SPY, and if we take a look at the NASDAQ, and we zoom out, the NASDAQ has a slightly different picture to it. All right, so this is the NASDAQ, and the level of support, which is right over here, it got broken on Friday afternoon. All right, and the level of resistance is right up here, as you can see. So it's been cooking in here, chopping for over a month, and this is not looking too great. Yes, the gap got filled here, but keep in mind that we have another one that still hasn't gotten filled. Still, after all of these months, it still hasn't gotten fully filled. They tried, but it's not quite there yet. And this looks to me like a breakdown on the 4-hour time frame with the NASDAQ. All right, and if it doesn't, if it doesn't do this at the open and close at the highs and then open a higher on Tuesday to cause a short squeeze right here, then we're gonna see a sell-off all the way down towards $14,600. Probably that's by like Thursday or Friday. I don't know how fast it's going to get there, again, assuming that this is really, really clean and it's on its best behavior. All right, so for the NASDAQ, watch for a potential drop all the way down here. The situation is bearish. The daily chart is bearish. There is a bearish engulfing candle on the daily chart, right? So watch for that potential continuation downwards. Let's look at how the weekly is looking. It's not looking that great. No, it's not looking that great. So just watch for that. All right. And also take advantage of intraday opportunities as they present themselves. Now, the first stock that you should be keeping on watch, we're gonna move on to the 4-hour. The first stock is CLF. All right. And with CLF, I shared this one with you a while ago. I believe it was right here near 14.15. I told you to watch it for a potential drop because of this right here. Bearish pendant on the daily charts. It broke down, but it's been playing games right here for people who got in short early, like right at the breakdown. All right. If the if the expiration on the contracts are really, really far away, then the price hasn't moved. But for expirations that are really close, they're down quite a lot, and these individuals are a little worried. But as long as we see it follow through with the market, we might see this one fall all the way down to $13 next week as the NASDAQ continues downward. All right, so watch CLF for a drop next week to $13 at least. The bearish pennant on the weekly chart is still there, and a candle that looks like this at some point next week wouldn't surprise me. All right, so this is the first one to keep on watch. The next one to keep on watch is something on the smaller time scale, and it's SMH. And SMH looks like this. So we're gonna zoom in right over here. Number one, it's been up. It's been in an uptrend for quite some time. Number two, we got a bearish pennant on the 4-hour right here. It broke down at around like 10 or 11 a.m. right at 149, and it closed really low, which is telling me that this is far from over. And again, with the overall market, if you see a sell-off with the NASDAQ, this one is also going to get dragged down. All right, my alert is set at 137. Therefore, again, obviously that's the price target for this one. Watch it for a drop all the way down to 137, maybe 137.50 at some points this week, maybe by Wednesday, maybe by Thursday. But the setup is there, and I don't have a reason to think that this is fake until it does something that I don't like until it again breaks above here, closes here, and opens here. Until it does that, this thing has to go all the way down to 137. So watch it for a drop, all right, and set an alert right here. That way you know if it does something that it's not supposed to do. As long as it stays here, the structure, the sector, and stock is bearish. So watch it for a drop down in that green circle. All right, now the last one is the one that I mentioned on Friday's video to keep on watch for a short. This one is Adobe, and Adobe had earnings, negative reaction to earnings. I told you to watch it for a drop all the way down to 515, I think, maybe 510. It formed a doji right here, but it's not in the clear yet. Like, it's really not. There's some gaps at the bottom at 440. I don't know how fast it's going to get there. I don't know how fast it's going to get there. And I don't know if it's gonna play games either, like do some more dojis right here before falling, right? I don't know if it's gonna do that either. But I know that the reaction to earnings was bearish, and this is tech stock, and based off of what the NASDAQ does, this one is most likely to follow it down, so watch it for a drop. How low can it go? At least to 500 right here, to this level right there, at least. Watch it for a drop down there. Now some updates on JD. That was one of the stocks that I've mentioned on Friday, and I specifically said wait for a break of 32. The alert never rings. I never took a trade on it because my alert never rings. All right, I was waiting for this thing to pop up here. It never did. It broke down below the level of support, and obviously everything was selling off. So hopefully you didn't just jump into this immediately out the gates, because that's not the move. That's not what I said in that video. All right, the alert at 32 didn't ring. Therefore, you either don't trade it or you trade what it gives you, which is the downside right here. All right. So like all of the Chinese stocks collapse. Could they go lower? I wouldn't be surprised. Again, we're gonna look at BABA, because BABA, let me go on the 1 minute, and then we're gonna look at BABA. Clear, yes. All right, and then BABA still has something to take care of. It has something to take care of right here, and it's right at it. It's right there. All right, a break of it, and then there'll be havoc. Like these individuals from here will panic because their stop loss is right at 86.60. If they get triggered, there will be a sell-off. Like they will cut their losses immediately, and the stock will plummet just to fill this gap on the left hand side. So that's my thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to demolish the like button as always, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, we can get all of this information in real time as I see them. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And for some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video. You get 2 free stocks after signing up. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to have an account with Webull. Right? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.